Hello everyone, it's Cassie. Welcome back for another Trinity Stamps video. Today we're going to be making an A7 card. I'm excited. So let's talk about what we're using. We have the A7 Snowflake frame. That one's brand new. We also have the Simply Sentimental Hello stamp set along with the matching dies. I love these Simply Sentimentals. They are amazing. Then we have this Happy Snowman die. All right, before we get started, Miles is going to jump up and I couldn't cut him out, so he wants to say hello. All right, so let's go ahead and get to our die cutting. I am going to take that A7 Snowflake frame and we are going to put it on a piece of white cardstock. I'm going to tack that down along with this rectangular frame. That's going to cut out the center. I'm going to use a little bit of mint tape to hold that all in place. Follow the instructions on your die cutting machine. You may need a shim. So here we have it, it's all cut out, and I'm going to just pick out all the little pieces, and to help with that, I'll even bring in the Trinity pickup stick. There is the like wax end, and then there is the little poker on the other end, so this little tool is just totally essential in my book. So now that that's done, I'm going to spray this with a little bit of shimmer spray. To be honest with you, unless you're in person, you really can't see the shimmer, but it's there, trust me. I went ahead and die cut out all of the pieces I needed using that Happy Snowman. You can see all of those there. We have the hat, his face, and also his scarf. I cut that out of 2 colors. And now I want to add a little bit of dimension to these. So for his nose, I'm using some Distress ink. That is some spiced marmalade. I want to leave some of that yellow in there. And then I'm bringing in some wild honey for the rest of our yellow pieces. This will be the band on his hat. And I know it sort of looks like a hot mess, but really all that matters is the ink being on the actual die cut. The rest of that, it isn't going to make that much of a difference, so I'm not concerned about that. But I just want to get some color on there. Then I'll bring in some Rustic Wilderness for our green. And that'll add a little bit of shadowing at the bottom of our scarf. I sort of chose these colors because actually my high school alma mater were the Gretna Dragons in Nebraska. All right, so then moving on, our hat is actually cut out of brown cardstock, but I did bring in some black soot just to add a little bit of dimension to our hat. I'm also going to use that same black soot, like what's left, or a little bit more. I'll grab a little bit more on the Blender Buddy, and then I'll put that all over the mouth for the inside. And then I'm going to use what's left on my brush just on the very edge of our snowman. I don't want it to be too dark. And then I'll bring in some fired brick for the mouth, or the tongue. Our card base is going to be a 5/7. So 5x7, which means I need to cut my cardstock 10 inches by 7 inches and score it at 5 inches. So it'll be a side folding A7 card. And now I can start attaching pieces. So I'm going to use that liquid glue to attach down our frame. And I'm just going to put a little dot of glue here and there where I'm afraid the pieces might stick up a little too much. Otherwise, it's mostly on the outside and the inside of that frame. And then I'll just plop that down on the front of that card base. Yep, we're going to attach everything right to the card base. And then I can start thinking about how I want to put things down. I have a couple of coal eyes. And I do have his little carrot nose, but we're going to attach his hat down to the top of his head. I'm holding the mouth in place with a little bit of mint tape behind there, but I am going to take that out later. I just didn't want to lose the pieces as of now. And then we'll put some little dots of glue down and grab out our pickup stick for his coal eyes. I just think that is so cute. And then I'll put the little band on his hat. And then I'll take off that mint tape and we can attach down our snowman once I figured out where I want him. And then I'll just put some glue in the center of that mouth and I can attach down those pieces. I know if I had left it on the mint tape, it would have, taken the risk of maybe coming out of there. So didn't want that to happen. And then we'll attach down our scarf. So the green outline, and I'm going to keep all the pieces. So there's the green outline, and then we'll start putting the yellow on the inside. But yes, it's kind of funny. My old high school alma mater started out as a Class C team because we didn't have that many people, and now it's a Class A, and they actually just won Class A football in the state of Nebraska. So congratulations to them. It's crazy to think It's grown that much. Okay, and like I said, I do want to keep all of those pieces. So I'm going to leave those there off to the side. And I'm going to use a little bit of a white gel pen to add a few highlights to his eyes, his nose, his hat. And I don't know if these are like correct or accurate, but it works and I'm happy with it. Put a little on his tongue. And then I'll take all those extra green pieces and stick those back inside of this. You'll notice obviously that I had kept the die cuts inside of what I had die cut them out with and just used some mint tape behind it. That just made it that much easier to put that blending on. Now we're going to pull out our Simply Sentimental Hello stamp set. I've pulled out 3 sentiments that I plan to use, and I am going to emboss those. So I've put magic powder bag all over that black piece of cardstock. I'll ink up my sentiments with some juicy embossing ink and stamp those down. And then I'll cover that with that white embossing powder and heat set that till those are smooth and melted. And there is a matching die for the Hello, which I think is so cool. They're sold separately, but I love that there are those options because actually the dies, as you can see here, can be used without the stamp set entirely, but it's cool that they can be used together as well. So I'll tack that down with a little bit of mint tape, and then I am just going to cut out my other sentiments using my guillotine trimmer. And then we can kind of start thinking about where we're going to place those sentiments on our card. And then when I'm happy with that, we'll start gluing. But I almost glued down the wrong piece. I realized it a little too, not late, thankfully, but I put glue on the sentiment that's supposed to go on the inside. So I'll just tack that down to the inside. And then I'll glue this sentiment down to the front on the outside. And then we'll glue down our Hello. You could use foam tape, but I just wanted to keep this one simpler. And then I do need to bring in a little white gel pen because I'm saying hello. I just wanted to say ... I miss your face. I just love that. And I couldn't stop there. I did need to bring in some fireball embellishments. I love these. They're so pretty. It's they're like subdued on the back, but they're, I don't know, they're really cool little baubles. So I'm going to take that pickup stick and put a few of them out there. It just makes it kind of makes the orange on the nose pop out a little bit more. And so we'll tack that down with our pickup stick and some liquid glue. And when that's all done, that will finish off this card for today. I love it. I think it's fun. And there you have it. So if you liked this video, be sure to hit that like button. Consider subscribing if you haven't already done so. And as always, I will see you very soon in another video. Bye, everybody.